welcome to Pink Moon Tarot. I'm Nikki, the Pink Moon Tarotist, and this is a quick walkthrough and unboxing of the third of the 3 decks that I bought that I just wanted to change the type of oracle cards I had. So I wanted some that had individual messages on. So I got the Sacred Creators, which has very simple messages, got the Heart and Soul, which has longer messages. Then I bought these ones, which are from Colette Baron-Reid, which are called Postcards from Spirit. And I think these are going to be really interesting to work with. So it's kind of I don't know what you'd call this, but it's a top box rather than an open out box. So you lift off the top, take the cards out. It's a very interesting sort of antique looking box with the design. It's a bit like a map kind of a design on it, I suppose, because it's the postcard thing and you've got the postal marks, the postal stamps on there. Nice little box. Yeah, that's not going to fall off too hard, so that's okay. Classic Hay House in that it's nice quality. Good hard cardboard. And inside you have this little pull out telling you about the cards, how to work with the postcards, when to choose the second card for clarity, the third card for the possible future, and then it's got about the author and about the artist on the other side. So interesting way of doing the little guidebook there, little fold out thing. I don't suppose you really need a guidebook when all the information is actually on the card. So let's take that off. So the back of the cards is a postcard. And I think, yes, they are. They're all different. And then the other side has quite long messages on them. And I will need my glasses when I'm reading these ones. But as I said, I wanted to get some that had messages from Spirit that I could just pull for my 60-second readings, you know, and see how else I'm going to incorporate them into my workings as well, because they hold a lot of potential, I feel. All 3 boxes hold a lot of potential for their usage. So I won't read you all the messages because we would be here literally all day, but I will just show you what the cards look like. So you have the picture. They're laid out obviously like a postcard because that's what they're called, Postcards from Spirit. They've all got these sort of lovely watercolor antique feel to them. The card itself is very smooth, very nice. They're quite large though. I'll show you in a moment them compared to a tarot, a standard tarot and a standard oracle. And because they're shaped like a postcard, they, you know, we're used to oracle decks and things being this way up, being portrait, and these are landscape. So that's something completely different. For me anyway. I don't think I have any others that are landscape. Let me try and flick through these a bit quicker. So you have the postcard and the message. Picture and the message. And they are just beautiful. They've got this real kind of antique, oldie worldy feel to them. And I really like that. I like the fact that they've sort of made them look as if they're hundreds of years old, which obviously they're not. But it's nice when you consider that these are from Spirit. I don't know if the postcards have They do. The postcards have things on the front as well. They have words on the front. So this one says, you are divine beauty. And it says it down the bottom there. You are divine beauty. And then on the side with the writing on, that one says with love. It says, dear you. And each one is written, you know, each message is different, and then each sign off is different as well. So you have a different message on the front, you have different pictures. They're all written to dear you, but then like this one says, we love you so much. Beautiful. This one says, you are magic on the front, and we love you so much on the back. Okay, so maybe they don't have all different things. No, they don't. But the front of them, each one has a different thing on the front. So some say with love. The next one after this one that says with love says, be fearless. And this one has a different sign off. This one has, we are cheering for you. Can you hear us? Nice. I will not be reading one of these to you because I will need my glasses for that. And my glasses are upstairs. Because where else would they be? Would they be where I need them? No, of course they wouldn't. But you can see there, you know, you might look at them and think, well, they're a bit boring, really. Because they're similar tones, you know, they have similar tones to them. But they all have these beautiful messages on them. This one says, you are love. I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can so that I don't bore you to death with my flipping through. But the whole point of these videos is to show you each card so you can see whether there's something that you are drawn to or not. Whether this is something you would want to purchase. They are on sale, or they were on sale when I bought them from the Holistic Shop, which is a UK shop. So if you're not in the UK, you would have to look elsewhere for them. But these are readily available. They're all Hay House ones. And Hay House themselves quite often have sales on their site. I just can't take advantage of them because I don't live in the US. So with shipping, it would cost me more. But all three of these decks are Hay House publications. No, they're not. No, they're not. The Heart and Soul one is a Blue Angel publication. This one and the Sacred Creators are Hay House ones. But these cards, they feel really thick. I've got to say, they are very thick cards. They're very flexible. There's, you know, they're not stiff. They're not uncomfortable to work with. They're very, very smooth. They are, but they are very thick. They are of sort of postcard quality, but without that kind of shininess that you have on postcards. You know, they have that lovely matte finish. And like I say, this beautiful sort of watercolor effect that gives you that antique, oldie worldy look to them. You know, back in the days when people actually sent postcards. You know, they wish you were here. And I'm sure the people receiving the postcard at home would going, yeah, I wish I was there as well instead of rainy old England. Well, that's what I used to think anyway. I think all of these are available on Amazon. I'm pretty sure all of these are available on Amazon. They're certainly available on amazon.co.uk, so I would imagine they're available on amazon.com as well. But that's the last one. A lovely unicorn on it. So, as I say, they are really nice feeling cards. They've got, they are quite large. Let me just grab, if I grab another one of Colette Baron-Reid's Oracle decks. So this is her Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And if you see the size difference between them, you can see there's quite a big difference in size. And Oracle decks are somewhat larger in size than tarot decks. So if I grab my Lightseer's Tarot and show you the difference in size of those, you can see they are quite substantially larger, which may make shuffling for people like me with little hands a bit of a job. But let's have a look. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Goodness me, that's a stretch for my little hands. But I can do it. And they said she couldn't. So yep, they do shuffle that way. And they shuffle very easily this way too. I mean, they are difficult for me to handle, I have to admit. I mean, look how stretched my hand is around them. So they are quite difficult to actually shuffle that way. Might be better shuffling this way, but I've never been very good at shuffling this way. Maybe it's something I'm going to have to get used to, just for these cards. But all in all, I'm pleased with them. I wanted something a bit different. I will start working with them and see what I think of the actual messages themselves, because obviously the messages are very long and I don't want to take up too much of your time with reading out a message. And also some of them are quite difficult to read as well. Let me see if there's any shorter ones that I could possibly... This one's a shorter one. Okay, so it says, Dearest you, going the extra mile to achieve your dreams and putting in some overtime will reap big rewards. Now is the time for you to act, to stir up some energy and put those plans into action. There are many windows of opportunity that open, but close quickly when you don't take the risk and go for it. Today, be confident that your hard work will pay off and you'll feel that satisfaction and fulfillment of reaching your desired outcome. It might turn out even better than you expected. Isn't that amazing? Remember, however much work you're willing to put in, we will match it tenfold on our end. Everyone over here is rooting for you to win the game of life. So just do it. Loving you so, so much. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful message. And on the front it says, unblock your magic. And that was the message that went with it. So they are really lovely. And I do like Colette Baron-Reid. I like her Oracle decks very much. I don't think there's a single one of her Oracle decks that I have that I don't like. I use them all the time. And I think I will be working with this one quite a lot as well, especially, as I say, for my shorts on here, for the 60-second readings that I do, and, you know, on TikTok and Instagram as well, because they're just nice little compact, complete messages, and I like that. And I wanted something that was a bit different, and I certainly think it is. So I'm quite impressed with this. They feel nice. They are a little bit on the large side to handle, but they are postcards. You know, what did I expect? The edges are not too rough. The corners are very pointy. That might prove an issue when trying to shuffle with them with little hands. Maybe it would have been nicer to have rounded corners, but then again, postcards don't generally have rounded corners. So that's just me being nitpicky because I have little hands. But all in all, I'm really impressed with this deck and I like it, and it was certainly worth the money. They're not expensive. None of these 3 decks are expensive. They're all under £15 and you cannot go wrong with that, I don't think. And, you know, if you want messages from spirit and you want to have that sense of inspiration on a daily basis, yeah, go for it. I would recommend. Okay, until next time, please do remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.